Welcome to episode 4 of Storytime with AJ. I'm your host, AJ. Sorry I missed you guys last week. I was a little under the weather and my voice was definitely not in the best shape to be recording stories. But I'm back, bitches. This week I'll walk you through my 21st birthday, which was eventful to say the least. So hopefully you maniacs are ready. Let's jump into it. Alright, so it's March of 98. And I'm turning 21. The condo that I burned down in episode 1 is actually where I'm living. This is before I burned the freaking place down. I live around all college students. We're all going to the university together, so we're just a bunch of drinking savages. I mean, we were drinking on a nightly basis. I was doing more drinking than I was doing going to class. So on my row of condos, at the end of the row was a guy and a girl. They were friends, just friends, and they were from Chicago. But during this week, the week before my birthday, they had friends come in from out of town. And these guys and girls fit right in. I mean, these guys were savages when it came to drinking. So we had been drinking, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We had finished off like 3 kegs, probably between 10 to 12 people at the most. So Sunday, we take it kind of easy, and my birthday's on Monday. By this time, my tolerance for alcohol is freaking sky high. You gotta understand, I've been drinking heavy for like 4 or 5 days straight. So Monday rolls around, my birthday, and everybody's like, oh my god, let's do something for your birthday. Let's go out. What do you want to do? And I said, well, let's go to the strip bar first. We can have a few beers here, and let's go to the strip bar. So slam 6 beers. Go to the strip bar, everybody's buying me drinks, and I remember I had a bunch of different shots, but the one that really stuck with me was the 3 wise men. Somebody bought me a shot of Jose Cuervo, tequila, Jack Daniels, and Jim Beam all mixed together. And actually, I don't know, I haven't drank it since, but I don't remember it being that bad. So we get done with the strip bar, and it's probably midnight, 1 o'clock, and we go back to my buddy's house. You got to remember, at this point in my life, I was super into skateboarding and snowboarding. We used to watch snowboarding videos all the time, and especially one called Whiskey. And Whiskey was those guys. We wanted to be just like those guys, and they would go get super shit-faced and try to break bottles over their head or catch each other throwing up on film and shit. So that's what my buddies wanted to do. They wanted to get me so drunk that I would throw up and we could try breaking bottles over our heads. The problem is my tolerance is so high at this point, I'm barely buzzed. I mean, I'm sure I have quite the blood alcohol content and I'm not driving, but I'm nowhere near throwing up. So we get back to my buddy's house. I slam a shotgun, a couple more beers. I think we had a beer bong, and I did 2 or 3 beer bongs and nothing. So finally, we had Jose Cuervo, some tequila. So we literally lined up 8 shots, and I took them back to back to back to back to back. I made it through about 6 of them, and then I was yeah, I'm going to throw up. Get the camera out quick and meet me out back. So my buddy's rolling on the camera as I go out back, and I fucking threw up foam and whatever. So we're all stoked. We got the footage, right? Me throwing up on my 21st birthday. That was the mission accomplished. But now, we want to break bottles over our head. We got to take it to the next level. We're going to whiskey this shit up. So quick side note, if you're ever going to try and break bottles over your head, which I don't suggest, but you should wear a hat, a fabric hat. We found out through trial and error of doing it without a hat that if you do it without a hat, you'll end up cutting the shit out of your head and bleeding all over the fucking place like a stuck pig. So anyway, I have a hat on. So I turn that shit around and I'm halfway there. Now all I need is a bottle. So I yelled at my buddy, get me a fucking bottle, bro. Breaking bottles over my head, right? So he brings me out a bottle, but it's a Corona bottle. Now when you're breaking bottles over your head, second pro tip is that you want thin glass. So Bud Light or any kind of cheap beer. The more expensive beer has thick fucking glass that hurts. But being in the condition I'm in, I don't even bother looking. I just take the bottle and I start smashing myself over the head with it, which was not the brightest idea to begin with, but this heavy ass fucking Corona bottle has given me I probably nailed myself in the head probably half a dozen times, and I have a welt from the back of my skull to the front of my temple that's about 3/4 of an inch off my head. I mean, I can feel it under my hat, and it's fucking throbbing. So now I'm drunk pissed because I can't make this fucking bottle break. So I get pissed at the bottle and throw it at a brick wall, and the fucking bottle doesn't break. Now I'm even more pissed because I can't even break it by throwing it at the fucking wall. So I go pick the bottle up and throw it at the wall again, and it breaks. I feel accomplished, whatever fucking moron Anyway, so I'm walking back to my buddy's back door, and he has like a patio table that's turned upside down. Well, I bashed myself in the head so hard so many times that I think I gave myself like a minor concussion, and I end up like halfway passing out into this fucking table. Like just feet and arms in the air, asshole elbows. That's it. I'm on my ass. And my buddy picks me up. Are you alright? Fuck. Fine, dude. And I get back inside and think that the living room floor is a great place to lay down and take a nap. Now, probably not the best idea because I still have my shoes on. And we had a rule that if you passed out with your shoes on, you're fucking open season, man. You're getting written on, probably getting pranks pulled on you, hot dog in the mouth with Miracle Whip or something so you wake up thinking you suck dick. So anyway, I'm passed out. I don't know what they did to me, but I wake up at about 4 a.m. And the way I passed out was had my arms crossed and I was laying on my stomach and I'm sleeping like that. So imagine, like my arms at a 90-degree angle with my like hands interlocked underneath my chin and I'm face down asleep. So when I wake up, it feels like I'm being hugged or something's on me, like I'm tucked in really tight into a blanket. I start looking around, and these fucking idiots have duct taped me, used a whole roll of duct tape, and duct taped me to the fucking floor. So then I try to move my arms, and they've super glued the crack of my fucking arms in between my bicep and my forearm, and I have to, like, rip the skin, like, the fur off my arm and, like, probably a little skin to be able to get up and then be able to roll on my side to untangle myself. And, of course, they all find that fucking hilarious because these savages are still up drinking next to me. Anyway, if you learned a lesson from anything, make sure you kick off your shoes before you pass out around morons like my friends. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.